Egyptians vote for 222 parliamentary seats after none of those running clinched more than 50% of the vote in the first round. Meanwhile, the United States State Department said Iran will be invited to participate in talks in Vienna to discuss how to end the conflict in Syria. Darlene Basingan tells us why.
In America, Iran will be invited to participate in talks in Vienna on Friday to discuss the ending conflict in Syria. The U.S. State Department said such a dialogue is aimed at finding a framework for political transition in Damascus. The Russian Foreign Ministry said in a statement that Zarif and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov held a phone call earlier on Tuesday to discuss ways to resolve the Syrian crisis. The ministry said Lavrov also spoke to U.S. Secretary of State John Gerry. State Department spokesman John Kirby said Gerry will travel to Vienna, and from there he will head to Central Asia for discussion with counterparts from Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan. Meanwhile, the United Nations General Assembly on Tuesday voted overwhelmingly to adopt a resolution calling for an end to the economic, commercial, and financial embargo imposed by the United States against Cuba. Altogether, the 191 UN member states voted in favor of the non-binding resolution, while United States and Israel voted against it. It is the 24th time that the 193-member UN General Assembly has adopted such a resolution on this topic. What's different this time around is the fact that Washington, D.C. and Havana have restored diplomatic ties. In Egypt, the first day of Egypt's runoff elections concluded on Tuesday with Egyptians casting their votes again after no clear winner emerged in the first round of polls last week. More than 220 parliamentary seats up for grabs in round 1 are being contested after one of those running clinched more than 50% of the votes. Only a quarter of the electorate turned up last week for round 1 of the elections of Egypt's first parliament in 3 years. The final step on a roadmap that is meant to lead Egypt to democracy, but which critics say has been undermined by widespread repression. Darlene Basingan reporting for Y News.